Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It has been forever. I know it's been like 2 months since I last posted a video, but I have so much going on. I just moved into my studio, so most of my videos from now on will be, not most, all of my videos from now on will be done in the studio. This video is pretty old. I just like never had the chance to edit it, but basically it's just parting for medium size box braids. I'm going to show you guys how I do my parting for my medium box braids. So let's get started. So my client came with her hair wash but didn't have any products in there. So I'm just going to section her hair, detangle it, basically put some moisturizer, oil, just basically take care of her hair before I get into braiding. Um, into braiding it. So right now I'm telling you guys, this video is so old that I don't even remember the products that I used in it. But I think that was just a moisturizer that I'm putting in her hair. Um, Again, I don't remember what type of moisturizer it was. It's been a while. So basically, I'm just gonna section her hair up, and then I put the moisturizer in. I'm just gonna twist that section out of my way, and then I'm just gonna do the same thing for the rest of her hair. I sectioned it into, I believe, 4 sections or 6, and I just did it section by section just to make sure that the products really got into her hair. I can't wait to do the videos in the studio now because I don't know, it just feels like having my own little salon, and my home is not going to be all over YouTube, and I'm not going to have kids running around. So I'm pretty excited for that. So yeah, I did only section it into 4, and I'm just going to braid that section up. Then I went in with some oils. I'm going to just put the oils all throughout her hair, massage her scalp and all that. I think, yeah, that one was Dew Grow, the little Dew Grow oil. You could get that from did I say 7-Eleven? Oh my God. You could get that from Walmart, Target, or CVS, I believe has it. And I basically sprayed the ends of her hair with some oil, and then I'm going to go ahead and just detangle it. We're going to detangle from the ends to the roots, not from the roots to the end. And I just did that throughout her hair just to make sure that it was soft and it wasn't tangled and it wasn't going to be difficult for me to part. So we're just going to go ahead and get started with the parting. It's not really, I get a lot of like, how do you make sure the parts are even? And I feel like once you do one part, you just have to look at that one part that you did and make sure that the rest is like that. If you have ever gotten your hair braided in the shop, you notice that they do around the braids, the perimeter, they do it really small. They do the parts really small. And then in the middle, you have like these chunky parts, braids in the middle. When they do like that, I feel like you can't really do much with your braids once it starts getting old, because when you leave it down, you see this like space in the middle and it just looks a mess. So what I like to do is I like to make sure that all my parts are even. I feel like it's safer for your hair that way anyways. So I mean, than to have small braids and your edges are falling out and in the middle looks like doo-doo braids. So if you see what I'm doing, I'm just parting, and I'm making sure that each section that I make falls in between a space. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's not off. The braids are not going to be falling on top of each other. They're going to be falling in between spaces. That's what makes the braids full. That's what makes it look nice. I really dislike it when I see people's braids falling on top of each other. So if you look at that right there, that part is going to fall right in between that little line right there. I was pointing at the computer screen like you guys can see what I was doing. So I'm just going to do that throughout the whole thing. And when it gets to the middle, you can do the parts a little big, not too big, but just a little bit bigger. And then for the front, it could be a little small, but you want to make sure that the parts are even. Not if even if it's not like 100% even, they're kind of even. See, the part that I'm doing for the front is not too big and it's not too small, so that her edges are safe and they're not gonna fall out, because some people do have weak edges. So not everybody can have small braids, because somebody who has strong hair and strong edges or whatever, their head might be able to handle small braids. But if your client has like really weak hair or edges and you do small braids for them, you're not really helping them. They're going to take out their braids and they're not going to have anything there. So I'm just going to go ahead and just section the parts the same way. I really hope you guys get what I'm doing. If you don't get it, just leave a question, whatever, in the comments below, and I will try and answer it in a different tutorial. So basically, I don't really have a style or technique or how to part. All I'm doing is just making sure that each braid is falling in between the line. That's very important for me. Excuse me, because like I said, I do not like braids falling on top of each other. And for the front, you can do them smaller, and then in the middle, you can do them a little big if your client don't want too much hair on their head. I also like parting like this because not a lot of people like a lot of hair on their head. People don't like when you use 5, 6, 7, 8 packs of hair on their head and they can't do nothing with it. The whole point of braids is to be able to move it around and, like have fun with it, do some protective styles with it. What's the point of having braids if I can't put the whole thing up because it's too much hair? Like it defeats the whole purpose. So that's why I part the way I do. I know some people are like, her braids are so spaced out. Don't get me wrong. When I get some clients who want their braids really full, I do that for them. But I promise you, majority of my clients don't like too much hair on their head. So it all depends on what your client likes. So that's going to be the last three sections, and I'm just going to section that, and that is it. That's how I section. I like to, of course, do all my sections before I go in and braid, so I don't have to keep going and back and forth with the comb and putting tension and all that on their head. Because I feel like once you start braiding and the braids are tight and you're going in with combs, it doesn't help with the situation. So I'm just gonna put all the parts up. I think she had about 40 something braids all in total. Yeah, I believe it was 41 because the little each section that I held up is 10, and I held up about four of them, and then there was just an extra one left. So yeah, she had 41 braids all in total. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like once the braids were done, so you guys will see how the braids flow and everything else. So that's all the sections that I did. Again, this is 41 braids that she is going to have. Each section is 10 braids, so we have 4 sections, and then there was an extra one hanging. So this is, I'm halfway done, and you guys see how the braids fall in between the lines. Like there's not, it just flows and it falls perfectly. Like it's beautiful. Like it just, I love it. I love it when it's like that. I don't like braids falling on top of each other. It just irritates my soul. So I'm going to show you guys when the whole head was done. And we are all finished. This is the complete look. She loved it. I loved it. If she was to put it up, she wouldn't have like, straight lines going down in between because I made sure all the braids were falling not on top of each other. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next tutorial. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think, and I will see you in my next tutorial.